What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Movie Raised.
Netflix's The Kissing Booth trilogy has wrapped up with Elle, Noah, and Lee having a bright future in front of them. But how satisfying was the ending? Did Elle and Noah end up together? According to most fans, the only way we would get a better conclusion for our beloved characters is with Kissing Booth 4. Here's why. The Kissing Booth 4 current status. Before we jump into reasons why Kissing Booth 4 could actually save the entire franchise, we need to ensure you that Netflix is yet to confirm Kissing Booth 4 or any other potential Kissing Booth projects. Fans would have been satisfied if Netflix decided to continue the story with the TV show, but it seems as Netflix is not interested in a continuation, which is a huge disappointment. Joey King, the actress that played Elle in the entire franchise, said that this is the final time she's playing Elle. It's very emotional to say goodbye to a character you've been playing for this many years, and also playing this character through such important moments in my life. King told the Nerds of Color Jacob Elordi told Vanity Fair that The Kissing Booth 3 is really the last kiss. Then, all of a sudden, he came up with an idea about where the potential fourth film could go. I think I'd like to see them all in a nursing home together. That'd be cool. That'd be quite interesting. Maybe it's like the film is a series of monologues of them recounting everything that happened from 20 to 92, he explained in an interview with Entertainment Tonight. The main thing that bothers a lot of fans is the way Kissing Booth ended. The story didn't have an end that offers closure, and as most fans believe, the third film was the worst one of the entire franchise. Being a dedicated fan, you probably want the franchise you're so invested in to have an ending that would satisfy you. Well, that's where The Kissing Booth 3 went wrong. Instead of focusing on Elle and Noah as a couple, the franchise chose to separate the characters in order for self-growth. Now, don't get us wrong, this storyline was perfectly fine, but it should have happened in the second film. Forcing the characters to grow in the last film wasn't right, and it didn't really make any sense, especially at the end of the film. Let's jump into more details, shall we?
I have this thing with Lee.
Don't tell me it's a bucket list thing.
I'm sorry.
The Choose Yourself storyline. Being on the list of Netflix's 10 most watched movies, The Kissing Booth 3 lived on high expectations. And because the franchise has one of the most dedicated fan bases, viewers quickly expressed their disappointment regarding the very end of the franchise. According to most fans, an open ending was not what The Kissing Booth needed. And again, the storyline with self-love was pretty amazing considering Elle's previous experiences with Lee and Noah, but it seemed really forced. According to another group of fans, The Kissing Booth ended just the way it was supposed to. It had a realistic ending that is rarely seen in other romantic comedy nowadays. After 3 movies of intense shipping Elle and Noah's relationship, the fact they didn't end up together at the end, even after the time jump, was sad. The Kissing Booth 4 could easily make up for this if only Netflix greenlighted the film. If Netflix decides to give fans some closure, it would be fun to see the 4th film continuing right after the events of the 3rd one. We'd also be glad to see Elle and Noah loving themselves while also loving each other, and we would love to see Elle making better decisions in the future because in the 3rd film she decided not to go to Harvard because of a boy. The main concern she had in mind was upsetting Lee, her best friend. If Kissing Booth 4 indeed happens, we're hoping to see Elle focusing on herself, finding herself a priority, a storyline that the 3rd film solved already. Now, back to Elle and Noah.
Oh boy.
Is everything okay?
Yeah, fine. In fact...
Noah and Elle's relationship. Just like in the 2nd film of the franchise, Elle and Noah broke up in the 3rd final film of the franchise, much like Hardin and Tessa from the After franchise. We just hope After Ever Happy won't dissatisfy fans with some realistic ending. But back on The Kissing Booth, the 3rd film made Elle face such a difficult decision, a decision that was kind of an issue in the previous 2 films, who she should choose, her best friend or her boyfriend. When everything became really overwhelming, Elle and Noah broke up, up, and this breakup lasted for 6 years. They did reunite at the end with Elle's hair shorter. We do believe she looks better with longer hair. By the way, do you? However, how could they go on 6 years without contacting each other? More importantly, why? Weren't they a part of an extended family? They would have met on holiday, for instance. If Kissing Booth 4 happens, we would love to see Elle and Noah working their way into their relationship. We would love to see what happens between the two of them after that awkward conversation at the end of the third film, and of course, we would love to see more of Elle and Lee's friendship after the 6-year time jump. Oh, and we would love to also see Elle's father and Linda tie the knot in the future. More character development. Perhaps the main issue with Kissing Booth 3 is a lack of character development. Yes, the film tried to cover the issue by letting Elle finally decide for herself and separating her from Noah as long as possible, but then again, at the end of the franchise, we saw no character growth. The fact that Elle and Lee and Noah face the same problems they were facing in the second film proves that they didn't learn from their mistakes. While Elle, Noah, and Lee appear to all be grown up after the 6-year time jump, the Kissing Booth 3 never mentioned anything from the process of growing up. The Kissing Booth 4 could easily fix this mistake by giving fans a peek into those 6 years. We would all love to see how Elle, Lee, and Noah managed to become the adults they claim to be at the end of the third film. Their college lives would be fun to watch. Don't you agree?
Sitting here in front of no one in particular.
Lee and Rachel's relationship. Just like Elle and Noah's story, we never got a glimpse to see what really happened between Rachel and Lee. After the 6-year time skip, Lee and Rachel meet Elle at the charity fair. Then, fans find out that Lee moved back to Los Angeles after graduation. After Noah leaves, it's revealed that Lee and Rachel are engaged and their wedding will be held next May. But why were all of these important scenes excluded? If the Kissing Booth 4 happens, we would love to see Lee and Rachel's love journey on our small screens. A healthier friendship. We all thought the issue was already solved. In the Kissing Booth 3, Elle is trying to finish her and Lee's ultimate summer bucket list for one last summer before she goes to college. However, she tries to be there for Noah and she doesn't have enough time to go with Lee for everything on their bucket list. This is when Lee becomes an idiot. He snaps at her for not coming to complete the bucket list, and he also says she spends too much time with Noah and not with him. This was really disappointing as Lee and Elle were best friends long before she started dating Noah. She should have had some understanding, and he wasn't right for making Elle's summer so overwhelming. This is also a reason why the Kissing Booth 4 must happen. Most fans want to see a healthier friendship between Elle and Lee. We want to see Lee's growth. We want to see him as a husband and, of course, as a father. This is a character growth we were talking about. This is the reason the 6-year time jump didn't make sense, as all of these characters magically transformed into adults without any precise details of their self-growth. Do you guys believe that Noah and Elle got married after their meeting at the end of the third film? We really had no idea what that open ending indicated, and in order for fans to see a wedding, Kissing Booth 4 must happen. On a related note, do you believe the Kissing Booth franchise could be saved? Do you have any idea of where a potential 4th film could go with the story? Let us know down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed our video, make sure you subscribe to our channel so you'll never miss any of our videos in the future. As always, thanks for watching.